Hi guys, my name is Angelique and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be giving you my 1-month review of the Peloton Tread Plus. Alright, so let's talk about the delivery process. So our delivery process was super easy for us. We were just having ours installed and put together in our garage because that's where we wanted the final placement of our treadmill to be. So that was easy. All we had to do was open up our garage door and the guys came straight in. There was about 3 delivery guys and it took them probably 20 minutes to kind of put it all together and install. After the treadmill was installed and put together, they ran a few tests on it to make sure it was functioning properly, and then they asked us to log in and make sure that our account was activated and that we were able to use all the content that was on the treadmill. So I hopped on. We already have a Peloton account because we own the Peloton bike. So that was pretty easy, but if you don't have a Peloton bike and you're just thinking about getting the Peloton Tread or Tread Plus, you should definitely set up your account prior to them coming because then it makes it easier. All you have to do is hop on the Tread, type in your username or your email and password, and then you should be able to easily have access to all the content on the treadmill. All right, so along with them making sure that we were able to access all the content, they also walked us through how the treadmill actually functions and how to use the treadmill. So he basically had me stand on the treadmill and he pointed out the different features, and the first were the knobs on the right and the left. And so there's like a knob or like a little wheel, and that's how you control the speed. And so what I thought was great about this is that you basically roll this little knob forward in order to control the speed, and it's a lot better than any treadmill I've ever used that I've always had to push a button or kind of like push up a lever to increase the speed. This is way easier, it's way faster, and the treadmill responds very quickly. So I can go from a walking pace of like 2.0 to like an 8 in just seconds, and it responds really quickly, and I thought that was great. On the left hand side you have your incline, and that as well you roll it forward to kind of go from 0 to whatever the incline you want. What's also really nice is that on both of these knobs that control the speed and the incline, there's a jump button is what they call it. It's like a little button in the middle, and really what that does is it jumps you to the next whole number. So if you are kind of walking at a fast pace at around a 3.5, you want to jump it up to a 4 or even a 5, you basically just push that button and it takes you up to the next whole number, and it's a lot easier than kind of rolling it forward to increase your speed. So I think that's a great feature. It makes it really easy and just less kind of fumbling around with the equipment than you really need to during your workout. So let's talk about the safety feature on this. So there is a safety feature cord, just like there is on any other treadmill. But what's nice about this is that you can completely remove the cord from the tread. It's like right in front of you, and you can remove it if you've maybe got kids around and you want to make sure that everyone is safe and no one gets hurt. So you can remove the cord, and basically what that does is it disengages the entire treadmill and it cannot be used until the cord is placed on. So what's nice is that you can remove it to disengage, but what's not good is that if you lose that cord, the treadmill cannot function. So don't lose track of that cord. The best feature about this treadmill is the big giant screen. So the screen itself is 32 inches. It just feels like your instructor is right there in front of you. The sound quality of the speakers is really great too, so I appreciate that. And the volume control is right on the screen. It's really easy to access that as well. The tray right underneath the screen is really big. It's large enough to place a laptop on there if you want to walk and maybe do some work in the middle of your workday. If you're working from home, it's large enough to fit some water bottles, maybe a phone. There's a USB insert where you can charge maybe your headphones or your phone or something like that. For me, I just placed my heart rate monitor and my headphones in there. The headphones that I have are the Peloton headphones, and we purchased those with the treadmill because mine were getting kind of old and I actually broke a part of mine. So I got a new pair of headphones, and they are the JBL by Peloton headphones, and they're actually really great. They're the ones that insert your ears. The Beats that I have are the old model that kind of go wrap around your ears. And I think I like the ones that insert your ears a little bit better, and they don't go anywhere while you're running. So I really like those, and the sound quality is really great as well. So far, those are just kind of some of the features on how the treadmill functions. Some of the other things that are great are on the bottom of the treadmill, there are 2 pockets or kind of zipper pockets on the side. And those are basically where you can store some of your equipment. So if you have resistance bands or small dumbbells or maybe a yoga mat, you can kind of zip those up and put them in there. And I appreciate the extra storage because a lot of people, maybe are putting their treadmill in a place where they don't have a lot of space, or maybe they just don't want the clutter to be seen. It's nice to just kind of tuck it away and hide it in your treadmill. Nice way to keep your space a little tidy. One of the pleasantly surprising features that we discovered when we got the treadmill was that there's basically a free button on this treadmill. And what the free button does is it allows you to use the treadmill almost as a sled. And so you basically push the free button, the treadmill disengages, you place your hands on the rail in front of you, and you start moving your legs. You can walk, or you can run, or you can sprint, and you are powering the treadmill. And so there's no mechanism that's making it go. You're making it go. And so again, it's as if you are pushing a sled. It's a nice feature to have to kind of change up your workouts. So let's talk about the tread itself, which I think is one of the best features of the treadmill. So the part that you're actually running on, the tread, it has a slatted tread technology. So basically, instead of one continuous belt or one large treadmill belt, there's different slats kind of on the belt. And what that does is, first of all, the slats have a nice rugged texture on it, so you're not kind of sliding around. And what the rugged texture does in the slats itself, it allows for a little bit of cushion, so it offers a low impact experience for the runner. So it's a little bit less impact on your knees if you were going to be running on a regular treadmill or even running outside. It's really high quality, and there are treadmills that have this same slatted technology that are close to $10,000. And so just think about the high quality that you're receiving for almost half that price in the Tread Plus. So I think that's really something to consider when you're thinking about purchasing a treadmill. If you're going to get one that has the belt, I would expect it to be a little bit louder as far as like you running on a treadmill and maybe the belt kind of bouncing up and down like a traditional treadmill does. One of the things I was most excited about when we got our tread was a boot camp option. And so I was really looking forward to kind of mixing in weights and resistance training with the treadmill, with, the cardio as well. So today I'm going to be trying a boot camp class with Just Sims. I'm only going to do 20 minutes because I'm not sure how it's going to go, but I'm looking forward to it. I've heard great things about Just Sims, and let's see how it goes. So, quick review from the boot camp. Super fun. I only did a 20-minute boot camp, but it was intense, but it was short and sweet, and I felt like I still got a good workout even though I was a little bit short on time here. So again, 10-minute run, a little bit of a 4-minute warm-up, 6-minute run intervals, a little bit of hills, a little bit of sprint, and then weights to end it. So, it was a medium to heavy weight, and you can choose your weight, but I thought it was awesome. My first class with Just Sims, super motivating. She's really funny, and she keeps you engaged throughout the workout, and music selection was really, really good, so it didn't disappoint. So that's a really good option that I haven't tried before, but I love it, so I probably will continue to do that some more. So let's talk about some of the options you have with regards to fitness content on the Tread Plus. So first, as expected, you have access to different runs with different instructors, and the way that you kind of search is you go to your home screen, you click classes, and you can filter through any kind of run that you want. So if you want to filter by beginner, intermediate, advanced, you can filter by time, whether it's like 10, 20, 30, 45 minutes run. You can do a run walk, you can do just a walk, a power walk. You can do a hike where most of your walk is at an incline. You can filter by type of music that you like, by instructor. There's so many ways that you can find something that's for you. And if you enjoy kind of mainstream music, there's something for everyone on this platform. They even have the feature where you can run outside. So if you have the Peloton app and you want to maybe take a break from the treadmill, you can throw in your headphones, bring your phone along, and there'll be a trainer in your ears taking you through an outdoor run.
On this chorus, we're going to find a beat and we are going to run. In 3 and 2 and 1, let's go.
They've got music and they're kind of motivating you and telling you what to do. And of course, you can choose the time that you want to run. So it can be 10, 20, 30, 45, whatever you choose, however many minutes you want to run. So the other feature that you have that is pretty cool is that you can do kind of a scenic run and go at your own pace. You can kind of go to different places around the world. You can go to Las Vegas and run on the Strip. You can go to, middle of nowhere in Utah and enjoy the beautiful landscape. You can also go to Panama City, Panama, and walk the old ruins. So there's different places you can go and just enjoy a run if you don't want to hear somebody else's music or someone encouraging you and you just want to kind of run at your own pace. This is the perfect way to do that. All right, so let's compare the treadmill to the bike, because I think there are some people that are maybe considering, should I get the Peloton bike or should I get the Peloton Tread Plus? And so here's my opinion. I personally think that if you're going to get a treadmill, it should be because you're going to use it often. It's not a cheap piece of equipment. It's $4,500, and if you're not going to use it, don't buy it if you think it's going to motivate you, because if you don't run now outside or work out on your own, getting that treadmill will likely not motivate you unless you're motivated by the money you've spent. But, for me, I don't use it quite as often as my husband. He uses it almost twice a day. He uses it to warm up before maybe a lift or something, and then sometimes he'll just get on there in the afternoon and maybe walk on an incline or something while he's like working from home. And so if you think you're going to get good use out of it, I highly recommend it. It is super high quality, as expected. One of the main reasons why we purchased the treadmill was because we were so pleased with the high quality nature of our Peloton bike, and we knew that the quality of this treadmill was going to be just as good, if not better. It is not nearly as quiet as the bike. So if you're looking for something that you can maybe do in the morning when everyone else in your house is asleep, I wouldn't say that this is the best piece of equipment for that, but I will say that if you're going to put it in a place where you think that no one else is going to be able to hear it, it is. We put ours in our garage so we can work out at any point of the day and it really won't disturb anyone. So that's a nice thing about it. Again, you do have the headphone option, so it's not the music that will be loud, it's the mechanism of the treadmill that's actually louder than the bike, whereas the bike is basically silent. If you just have headphones on, you can barely hear anybody riding on the bike. It is a bit louder, but that's the nature. It's a much bigger machine than the bike. As far as quality is concerned, I think the quality level is basically on par with the bike. I do think that they have improved the sound quality as far as the speakers. The way that you hear the music and the instructor is a little bit more clear than on the bike, but nonetheless, I think the sound quality is great. The quality of the treadmill itself is fantastic. It's easy to clean. There's not a lot of kind of moving parts. Everything feels really sturdy. When you're running, it does shake a bit, but for me, I think that was expected, that the screen would shake a little bit if someone is, running on a piece of equipment that's attached to a TV screen, but it's not distracting at all. For me, I think it's Again, as expected. All right, now last but certainly not least, I have to share with you my favorite instructors on the Tread Plus. And the reason why I feel like it's so important is because what makes this community, or what makes Peloton so special, are the instructors. It's the instructors, it's the music, it's the encouragement, it's all of that. And so that's why I think the Peloton community is so intriguing to people, because people make these connections with their instructors and it keeps them coming back for more and more and more content. So here are my favorite instructors so far. My first instructor that I used for my first run was Robin Arzon, and she is one of my favorite instructors on the bike. And so I just wanted to stick in my comfort zone and go with someone that I already knew I was going to enjoy. And you know, Robin Arzon's music, she's just so good, and she gives the best vibes, and that's all you could really ask for an instructor. So Robin is definitely a go-to for the Tread Plus. The next instructor that I used was Olivia Amato, and she's also a bike instructor. She's just not one that I use that often because I already had kind of my established set of favorites before I found her. So, but I will say that Olivia on the Tread is fire. Like, she's so good. Her music is amazing, and no matter how long a class I'm doing with her, whether it's like a 20, 30, or 45-minute run, they always fly by because you're having such a good time. Her playlist is just so good, and honestly, her runs just make you want to sprint the entire time and just completely like give your best effort, because she's just such a good instructor. I really, really, really enjoy Olivia. The other instructors that I've used that I have to mention are Adrian Williams, Jess King, and Jess Sims. I've only done like one or two with each of them just because I kind of established a favorite so far, but I think I'm going to dig into them a little bit more just because I really enjoy their vibe. I think that when you're looking for an instructor, you have to really connect with them, and I feel like they're instructors that I'm going to enjoy. But those are 5 really great instructors that I really enjoyed, and you should totally give a try if you get the opportunity to. All right, so here are my closing thoughts on the Tread. Do I think it's worth it? Absolutely. Again, we get plenty of use out of it. I think, is it super expensive? Yeah, it's definitely not cheap, but I will say that the slatted treadmills, especially a really high-end one like a Woodway or something like that, is like a $10,000 treadmill. And so this treadmill specifically is obviously cheaper than $10,000, but you're still getting a really great quality. I really hope you enjoyed this video and you found this helpful. And if you decide to go ahead and purchase the Tread Plus, feel free to use my referral code if you want $100 off of accessories at the time of purchase. For us, the Peloton Tread Plus was the perfect addition to our home gym, and you know, as we've been building our home gym over the past 8 months or so, I feel like it can be a little bit overwhelming. So if you would like some inspiration on what to put in your home gym, drop me a note in the comments below, and I'd be happy to share a quick tour of our home gym to give you some inspiration. All right, thanks for watching.